So football is here. The NFL season kicking off in just a couple weeks. It's typically cause to celebrate for millions of fans all over the world, right? But a sobering new study shows that it's believed at least 1 in 4 NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 had the degenerative brain disease commonly known as CTE. And that is a conservative estimate. The study finding it's possible that the number could be all the way up to 97% of NFL players. Joining me now, Sam Acho, former NFLer, ESPN football analyst, played in the league for 9 seasons, University of Texas as well. Sam, nice to have you back. I mean, you look, this is the time where it's like football, thank goodness it's here. And then I see this study today. What went through your mind?
The first thing that went through my mind was concern. And the reason I say that is oftentimes when you decide to play football, you know what you're signing up for. I had a broken leg my 3rd year in the NFL. I had a torn pec my 7th year in the NFL. You understand the physical injury to your limbs. But when the idea of brain injury starts to be reminded to you, it becomes a lot more concerning. My last year in the NFL, I played from 2011 to 2019 or so. And right around 2015 or 16, about a decade ago, is when that concussion movie came out and the concussion settlement started happening. People got more aware of brain injuries. I remember my last year, some of my teammates before kickoff wanted like butt helmets, and I was not for that. Right. And so these conversations become alarming because you realize there are thousands of players that are playing and the injuries are definitely high.
You've had an amazing run at it, right? UT, Hook 'em Horns, NFL, 9 years on ESPN. You're the dream for a lot of kids who suit up, and for the parents who have kids who suit up. But now that you know this, and you sit back and you think about it, would you do it again?
I would do it again, and here's the reason why. Number one, some of the studies actually talk about that this idea of these traumatic brain injuries, they start when you're younger in football. It's this accumulation of hits, not just in the NFL, but Pee-wee. Thankfully, for whatever reason, by the grace of God, I didn't start playing until 6th or so grade. So a lot of that hitting wasn't happening for me, part one. Part two, the NFL did afford me a lot of opportunities. The opportunity to be on TV. Playing at Texas afforded me an opportunity to win a lot of awards and trophies and provide for my family. Now, the question is, okay, well, you have kids, Sam. Are you going to let your kids play? And those are conversations that you start to think a little bit more of.
What do you tell parents when they ask you that, Sam? Because that's where I was going to go next, because you just mentioned how this accumulates. What do you tell parents?
I do say that it's a case-by-case basis, and that's been an answer before this study came out, but I would still say it remains. I have a son who loves football, and he plays football, and his situation's a little bit different. He's, 6th grade now, and there's not so much hitting in his league, but I also have another son who's not really a big football fan, so I'm not going to force football into him. And so I think it is a case-by-case basis. I would tell parents, if they sign their child up for football and they see there's so much hitting going on and coaches aren't doing a great job in practice, then I would tell them to reconsider signing their child up for that sport.
The NFL says they are continuously striving to make the game of football safer, including by implementing strategies to reduce concussions and head impacts. But Sam, I got to tell you, I go to the kickoff rule, the new kickoff, right? The NFL's been tinkering with this, and the bottom line is the NFL wants more actions. But the National Library of Medicine has a study out that says injuries have skyrocketed since the new kickoff rule. When you put those together, how can you make the case that the NFL prioritizes safety?
Well, so the NFL, I think the way you would make that case, if I were to make that case, is to look at the fact that they are tinkering with that kickoff rule. Because before this change that you see, the injury rate was actually higher on kickoff. So the NFL said, what if we implemented a new rule that lessened the amount of time where you have 260-pound players running for 70 yards to go and collide, and combine that, or really condense that to about a 5-yard span? And so the NFL is trying to find ways to lower the injury rate on kickoff. But it's not just about the kickoff. It's also about the practices, not just in the NFL, but also in college. And so the biggest thing the NFL wants is for people to watch football. Problem is when these studies come out is people may not be watching or signing their children up for football. So that's what it concerns the NFL from a monetary perspective. Less viewers, less eyeballs.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.